Hey, in Australia, it's the end of the financial year, and I got this email from this art website that was like, we're having a sale on watercolor paint. And I was like, really? So I bought one of every single color. Actually, I bought two of every single color because I bought one for me and one for my best buddy, Bryn. We've just started getting into watercolor painting in our sketchbooks. And at the moment, we're working with teeny tiny little palettes. This is the watercolor palette I've been using so far. 6 colors, and I don't use all of them. Today I'm going to be setting up Bryn's palette to send to her over in Ohio, and I'm gonna swatch test. It's gonna be satisfying, clicking shit into shit. I hope you enjoy it. Bye! So the brand that I bought every single color in is called Mungyo. Please forgive me for butchering that name. And they're just like little half pan watercolors. I don't know when I would get the opportunity to buy every single color in a palette because I really don't do stuff like that. I never treat myself to like nice art supplies. So it really felt like such a treat to be able to not only buy myself one, but to be able to buy a second one for my best buddy. Enjoy a moment of ASMR as I open up these watercolor half pans. There were 22 available colours for this palette, but I only bought 21 because I really don't use black very often when I'm painting. So if Bryn does, too bad, bitch. Really romancing this paint palette, right? I'm gonna swatch these colors in my fancy schmancy beautiful watercolor sketchbook by Odd Orange. This thing is delightful to use. It's one of those things where it's so nice that you never want to use it, which is why I'm forcing myself to use it right now. So let's start off with green, my favorite color, and honestly the only colors I really care that much about. I mean, greens and purples, I want them to be the most bestest colors because they're the ones I use the most. This first sap green was just so pretty, really like neon, and it layered well. I don't know. Then this is hooker green. Kind of, I wish it was a little bit more pigmented, but I'm sure if I layered it more, it would be more pigmented. This is deep pathos green. I don't know, but I loved it. And this one is Viridian. The pathos green is probably my favorite. I love like deep forest greens and olive greens. Like this one, this is the olive green, and it was just beautiful. This is greenish yellow, and what can I say? Came out kind of like a greenish yellow. These yellows sucked. I'm not into these yellows. They're not bright enough. The orange is beautiful, and then this burnt umber was also a bit lackluster. This is raw sienna and burnt umber. Both of them were really, really nice, and they dried like very bright. This is light red, and the next one, this is Perma Rose, and the one after that is called Rose Madder, which I only bought because it's the name of a Stephen King book. But the Perma Rose and the Rose Madder are just way too similar in colour, so I wasn't that impressed. The purple's alright. Perma Purple is really nice, and that Cerulean Blue. Ooh! This is Cobalt Blue that I'm doing now, and as it's dried, it's really kind of chalky, and I'm not into it. And then French Grey. So yeah, that's Mungyo paints. I think these are from Korea. I'm not gonna like do a review or final thoughts or anything like that because I don't know shit about watercolors. I'm learning. I used to watercolor paint a lot, but I've only ever just used the cheapest like children's grade paints, and these are a hell of a lot nicer than any paints I've ever used. But my standards are like super duper low, so take that how you will. What I do love about it is that it's like a thin metal case. I have small hands. I can grab it good. I like the way that it folds out. I like the way that I've got space for 2 palettes. I think this would be really lovely to use at a coffee shop or painting while you're traveling. That's really the only thing I can say is like, I like the case and I think the paints are beautiful. I think the paints are great. They're the nicest paints I've ever used. Bryn, I hope you enjoy your paints. Best friend paints. They're the same thing. I bought 2 of the same thing. I bought 2 of the same thing. Bye.